was Dorothy Emmet. Unlike Susan Stebbing and Margaret MacDonald, Dorothy Emmet lived a long life, so she died in the year 2000 at the age of 96. And she lived through a period of great change in Britain and in philosophy specifically. In the 40s, she wrote books in between air raid sirens in Manchester during the Second World War. And she wanted to help bring philosophy outside of seminar halls in Cambridge and Oxford and into the real world. Emmet studied in Oxford, but spent the summer when she was a student teaching philosophy to miners in Wales. This was during the general strike of 1926. And this experience would influence her views throughout her career. So, for example, she claimed that reading Plato was as relevant to the people that she was speaking to, the miners in Wales, as it was to her colleagues and students in Oxford. What were her key ideas? Borrowing a quote from the poet Matthew Arnold, Emmet claimed that the job of philosophy was to help us to see life steadily. In our own lives, Emmet explained, we are all trying to see life steadily. We put together our memories, our feelings, emotions, and relationships, and try to tell a coherent story about where we've come from and where we're going. I mean, for what it's worth, this sounds plausible to me as an account of something that all of us do throughout our lives. According to Emmet, philosophy is about doing the same thing, but on a much bigger scale. So good philosophy will pull together different viewpoints from different kinds of philosophers, but also from scientists and theologians. And in doing so, philosophy, in tandem with other disciplines, can help to tell a steady story about life itself, right? Not just one life, but life itself. Emmet believed that philosophers in particular spend too much time in splendid isolation, and that they should do more to build bridges with, for example, sociologists, who are also, just like moral philosophers or ethicists, in the business of studying human interaction and the way that we live alongside each other. Why is she important today? Emmet believed that academics and researchers should be working with and alongside one another. Philosophers, for example, should not see themselves as doing something different from scientists or theologians or other humanities scholars, literature scholars, historians, and so on. They should instead look for areas of overlap and collaboration. And in this way, one reason that Emmet is important from a contemporary perspective is that she really preempted the emphasis on what we call interdisciplinarity that we find in a lot of universities today.